What's up, guys? It's Stephanie with the Glam Life of Real Estate. I'm going to take you around today. It is Sunday. It is gorgeous. We're finally seeing some of the sun. It's been raining for the last few days, forever it seems like. So we have a great showing weekend. I'm going to go run around, see some builders, talk to some clients, do some admin work, check some emails, all the wonderful things that happen in real estate. Starting off with our coffee, and then we'll probably go get some more of that here shortly. And I'm just going to take you around with me today and So I have a lot of you guys asking me about what's going on in the real estate market. It's about to be spring and we are super excited for that. So it's February 2019 and we've got quite a few listings that are starting to pop as far as we're getting showings and offers. And so what I've seen mostly the last few years in real estate, as opposed to maybe like in 2014, 2015, is back in those years, you know, we had fourth quarter, third quarter with Christmas and the holidays. And honestly, we were almost as busy as we were in the spring. I mean, there wasn't a real big slowdown in any part of the year, maybe a month here or there, but nothing cyclical that we could point to like we could in years past. And that's when the market was going up and up and up with equity and appreciation. And the last few years, probably the biggest thing I see that has been something that's, you know, been a little different than we saw in years past was we really are seeing more of those normal business trends and cycles come more into play. So yeah, we'll see a dip certain months of the summer when the kids go back to school or when everyone goes on vacation, or in, you know, the holidays, and bad weather really is affecting showings more, where a few years ago we would still have multiple offer situations in all those times of the year. And so what we're just seeing is a little bit more of a balanced market. It's getting more back to those cycles, which if you weren't in the industry during those times, then it is a bit of a surprise and people are kind of looking around going, oh my gosh, what's going on? But really everything is balancing out. The buyers aren't having to make crazy decisions in, you know, less than 24 hours and overbid for a home. Sellers are having to actually make some updates or clean up some things in their home versus just going to market the way their home was as is and getting multiple offers and multiple people bidding on the home. And so it's just getting more back to normal. And sometimes, you know, that's not what we want to talk about. It may not be as fun. It may not be as easy, but that's just the reality of what's going on today. It doesn't scare me. I think it's great. I love real estate. You know, when you're in it as a career, you're going to have ups and downs. It's just like the weather. So if we were in March and we didn't know that summer was around the corner, it might start to get worrisome if we get to May and the temperatures start rising, right? But no, we know what to expect because we've got models, we've been there, done that. Certain years we're going to have hotter summers and colder winters in some years than we will in others, just like real estate. It's just very similar. No, it's kind of minimizing it, but it's not going to always be the same, just like the stock market. And so to try to pinpoint it, or I have a lot of friends that are sales counselors with builders, and that's their business, that's their industry, is the real estate market. And so sometimes it can get a little emotional trying to figure out what's going to go on and what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, it's still a great industry. Being in Dallas-Fort Worth, we have 400 people moving here a day, which kind of is scary in a way, because I think I don't remember the statistic, but we've got 7.5 million people living here now, and we're going to have 9 million people here in X amount of years. It's a little scary because you go, wow, do we have enough infrastructure and all that to keep up with it? But it's exciting when you're in this industry and in other industries, because that's going to bring in businesses, it's going to bring in employees and employers, so that's going to add more commerce and flow of money to the marketplace. So it's all positive within reason, and it's just kind of staying out of the negative news. And, you know, just because it's something different doesn't mean it's bad. But the reality is, you know, rates are still at historical lows. You know, I used to sell new construction, and 7-8% wasn't a bad interest rate, and that wasn't that long ago. That was back in 05, 06, 07. And so, you know, we still have historically low interest rates. prices have gone up a little bit, but if you have a home, you get to enjoy that appreciation. And so all of that's very, very positive. And so I'm excited looking into this year. I'm excited about the clients we're going to get to help, the builders we're going to get to work with, the buyers, the sellers, everybody. So anyways, what are y'all up to? Who's looking at buying a home? Who's looking at selling their home? I've got some great seller tips, so stay tuned. And we also have some information on, because it's the new year, something that you do want to consider is filing for your homestead exemption. So even if you've been in your home multiple years by now and have never filed for it, you really want to consider filing for your homestead exemption. It's super easy. You would go, just Google it. Google homestead exemption for the county that you live in. So if you're local, it'll be Collin County, Denton County, Tarrant County, Dallas County. Because the reason you want to do that is a couple. One, when you file your homestead exemption, there's a certain amount, it's nominal, it's, you know, in the bigger scheme of things, that they exempt you from. So like, let's say your house is worth $200,000. In one area, they may take $15,000 off the value. So then they value the house at $185 times your property tax rate. So it honestly doesn't save you that much. But the other reason you want to file for homestead exemption is because the city/county, when they assess your taxes at the end of the year for your property, if you filed homestead on that property, and you can only file homestead on one property, so if you have investment properties, you can only do it on the one home, then your property taxes can only go up 10% a year. Okay, so if you ever heard of, oh, well, they can only go up 10% a year on your property taxes, that's true, but you have to have filed your homestead exemption. Okay, the other thing is, if you do have investment property, technically they can go up more than 10% a year. So if you do have investment property and you've noticed that, it is legal, but on your homestead there is a cap that they can't go over. So just something to point out there in case you didn't know that. The other one, and I'm not as familiar with it, but is if you do file bankruptcy, I believe that if you file for your homestead, they can't take your home away from you. So again, another reason you want to do that, check into it. So there's definitely benefits to that. It doesn't take very long. I mean, I did mine 13 years ago, but I believe all I had to do was go on the website, you click a link, fill out some information, and bam, it's filed and you're done. So if you haven't done that, do it, especially if you're some of our sellers and buyers that we worked with this past year that have bought a new home. I know you're probably still getting organized, but it's definitely something you want to do, especially this time of year when everyone's already dealing with property taxes and that kind of thing. And if you've been in your home for a few years and you haven't, go ahead and do it, because again, you're going to get the benefit of that small exemption monetarily, but then you're also going to be able to, if your cities are going and counties are appreciating higher than 10%, you're going to be able to put a cap on that, which is key, because those tend to go up year over year. And then protect yourself if, heaven forbid, anything ever happened from a bankruptcy standpoint, that you will be protected in that regard. So anyways, just thought I would share that information with you guys. So if you have any other questions, just really, I would recommend going, do a Google search or something like that, internet search, to find out more about filing your homestead exemption in the state of Texas. If you've bought property, and you can do that on your primary residence so that you can protect yourself and save some money. So that's all what we're about, is providing resources to you guys. So thanks for watching. If you like this and other information, hit subscribe. If you have any questions for me, you can DM me and find me on Instagram at The Glam Girl Boss. For more of my personal Instagram, or my real estate is The Glam Life of Real Estate, or you can also just search under Stephanie Lindamood for my handle. Follow me there, DM me, and ask any questions that you are curious about with buying or selling real estate, and maybe we'll feature that question on one of our videos.